I'm going to go over some quotes once again. Different quotes this time from Reverend Ike. So I'm first going to, first just for reiteration, I'm going to go over all of the quotes. I added some things, whatever, and I'm going to go over that as well. And then after that, I'll once again go over the quote itself and just try and simplify or give it more, whatever, more perspective for, well, the person who needs it. Alright, so every mind gets what it agrees with. What am I in agreement with concerning myself? I am where I am by means of my own state of consciousness. So I already put there, I am that I am, because just that means exactly the same as the statement. Love is the only true emotion in the universe. So I put there, God equals love. God is love. Do you agree with love? All that is not of the nature of love is voided and avoided. That was the quote of Reverend Ike. So all that is not of the nature of love is voided and avoided. Yeah. So he also quoted, or quoting him, but he also said, "Who is programming my mind, or what is my mind being programmed with?" The Father confirms you in the identity of whoever you say you are. And remember, this is what I put. Remember, the Father is a word, so a human made up word or concept. Replace the word Father or the Father with whatever you desire. Okay, so God. I'm just suggesting. We'll call it whatever. Okay, just understand. I'm coming back on that. Yeah, I'll touch on that in a few. So replace the word Father with whatever you desire. God, energy, source, all that is, and even universe, of course. I mean, the only real important thing to know and understand is that the Father or Father represents your true self, or represents you or your true self. The Father, God, energy, source, whatever, all that is, universe, whatever, represents your I am awareness, your I am consciousness, right here and right now in this present moment. Alright, so, oh yeah, I'll also put this down. So this isn't a quote, but I think it's actually very important to understand. So yeah, I'm still quoting him. It's not just like one line or whatever. Just a good, it's just a few, whatever. He said this, so I'm just quoting him right now. The interesting thing I also find about this science is that people are using it whether they realize it or not. So the law, whatever, the law of assumption, whatever you want to call it, the law of awareness, it works whether you work with it or not. Well, you do work with it. You can't help working with it. So he actually, realized that at that point. The difference is science on knowing it. That's why Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will make or set you free." When you know this, then you are free to work with it in a different way. When you know this, then you are free to say who you are, who you are. Because it's only you deciding on who you are or not are. And yes, it's that simple. Like, it's always been you. And it always will, so to speak. It's like in a linear type perspective, like, past, present, future, so to speak. But it's right now. It's like you're always like, it's all in awareness, so to speak. So these 3 points are still observed by awareness, so to speak, and not the eyes, but the silent observer. So that's why Jesus said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will will set you free." When you know this, then you are free to work with it in a different way. When you know this, then you are free to say who you are. And the Father, once again, God, energy, source, all that is, the universe, whatever, your I am awareness. And, the Father or your I am awareness will confirm you in that identity. And God will confirm you in that identity. Because, God is you, through you, as you. But He gave you, the Creator gave you, choose this day. And it's always this day. Now is the appointed hour of desired change. This is what Scripture tells us. Okay, so I'm going to go just for reiteration, like it's all reminding practice, so to speak. Just like at school, we all know that if the person who read a certain not even an article, but whatever, you got to do a test at school, whatever when that was ever. Well, the person who did more research or studied more, whatever, put his awareness on, the same information multiple times over and over and over, knew it better, and therefore got a higher score. Well, it's exactly the same with this. Just reiteration. You have to, keep on reminding yourself. And luckily, there are like a million people right there, just like me included, right there for you on YouTube, whatever, to help you remind, who you truly are. All right. Yeah, who help you remind yourself, whatever, of who you truly are. I am. That I am. And that's you putting your I amness on whatever you do or do not desire. So there we go. Every mind gets what it agrees with. Well, because as pure awareness, the mind, like, for some reason, even back then, for some reason they knew about awareness and consciousness, but they didn't get the non-duality part almost, and it's no problem. I mean, it's whatever, that doesn't mean anything. It's all about the message itself. But I kind of find that interesting sometimes. But anyways, every mind gets what it agrees with. So what you put your awareness on right now, and you, so to speak, convince yourself of it being true or not, and that's you doing that. No one can do it for you. If whatever people and things try to do it all the time. This what our advertisement is and marketing is purely based on that. Picking, so to speak, stealing, so to speak, your attention, your awareness from you, and then injecting it with whatever. I actually put it down. Advertisements. Pepsi, Cola. Doesn't matter that they got the same, shareholders, whatever, about this, so to speak. Even the illusion of these companies. But the thing is, even if you saw a different, an advertisement of Pepsi or Cola, then now, once again, it's your choice to like this drink or not and drink it, whatever. That's all the choice. It's all about choice. But Pepsi and Cola just clearly would, take your attention for whatever, maybe for, sorry, like a fly or whatever, for a few seconds, a minute, half a minute, I don't know, about, that's most of the time, commercial is much longer than a minute, but, it can be. On YouTube, it can for sure be. We got commercials from like 45 minutes, sometimes like, oh man, just whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, so advertisements, so Pepsi, Cola, for example, they trigger your, they steal, so to speak, your awareness and trigger you into, well, trying at least to make you, well, thirsty, whatever. At least make you grab a cola, maybe if you got it, if it's just next to you and you didn't think about it, well, you probably open it right there and then, because they got you to think about that, to put your awareness on that. And maybe if it's in your fridge, oh, I still got this, last can of Coke, so to speak, or whatever, Pepsi. Well, let me grab it and, start drinking. I mean, it's very obviously, yeah, but I get that, yeah, but that's what it is. And this is what you are supposed to understand, that if you don't, so to speak, take your attention or put your awareness on something, so deliberately, as awareness itself, as consciousness itself, then something or someone else will, well, do it for you, Oh, sorry. So fast food chains, okay. Well, whatever. Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's, KFC, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. Some type of random. Yeah. I don't even know. Whatever. A restaurant. It doesn't matter. Like now in an advertising way, but that could even be like, and that's what they do. Getting you on, well, what is food related to? Well, tasting, but when it's not in your mouth, then you smell it, right? Or you see it, depends on it, but well, the thing is, if you don't see it, then you can still, from a certain distance, smell it, and there's also a thing, a lot of stores actually, use that to their advantage, as in advertising, a burger store, or whatever, burger joint, whatever, serving burgers in an open space where everybody can, well, walk by, and then make a few in advance, whatever, so the smell goes out and you'll attract, so to speak. There you go, law of attraction. Whatever, it's just, they try to get your attention, they try to steal, so to speak, your awareness from you, so you, well, pay money or pay time, so to speak. Time doesn't exist, but you know what I mean. So fast food chains, well, they try to, so to speak, through the five senses, steal your, whatever, take your attention, your awareness from you, and, well, stimulate the ghrelin. And ghrelin is the hunger hormone, at least one of the hunger hormones. Yeah, which makes you, or, sends a sign to whatever, the message to your brain, like I'm hungry, so to speak. Once again, you can also, yeah, well, you probably know, are familiar with fasting, but I mean, that would be ignoring the hunger hormone and, well, choosing not to eat. You're not saying to do that or whatever. I mean, that's your own choice to, well, go through whatever metabolic state, so to speak, that you desire. So, drinks, fast food chains, whatever. So food related. Well, here, pharmacy or, hospital, the flu, whatever, colds, diseases. I mean, you can be watching TV, and if you're not aware of being awareness itself, and yes, the advertisements are, they're happening, and I don't know, you're just in your phone, and so to speak, subliminally, like your subconscious mind gets, impressed with whatever was being said, and you weren't aware of it, and you didn't cancel it out. It's just, all of that is just amazing. But the thing is, it's just you not being aware of being awareness itself, and there are things being said consistently, or thieves and robbers, among you, in front of you, so to speak, trying to, well, rob you of your awareness. And the thing is, like, with flu or cold or diseases as well, it might be pretty serious, at least if you, let it, get to that point, so to speak, because if you're not aware, and it could be a small thing, but then again, like I said, I haven't been in at least a decade, haven't been sick, haven't had a flu, a disease, none of that, and literally none of that, like, so it is a choice, because, well, I also choose to watch TV now and then, and movies, and being on certain streaming websites and whatever, and getting all these ads and consistent advertisements, and well, I'm also, as awareness itself, observing that, through the five senses. But it's my decision to, put my awareness on it and then not cancel it out, so to speak, because, I already put my awareness on it because I'm observing it. But then it's my choice to, am I affected by it, and that's a choice, and of course I could be, but it's the thing, it doesn't matter if it's okay, and it's like being of the lovely and of the good report, so to speak, then go ahead, like, why would you care? But if it are things you don't want to experience and you don't cancel them out, then, you're setting yourself quite literally up for experiencing that certain thing, whatever. So with diseases or the flu or colds, whatever, you could not be aware, being in your phone and you're watching a movie and there are ads or whatever on TV, whatever, and it's about someone having a cough or a stuffy nose, whatever these flu-related symptoms. You don't cancel it out, you, so to speak, subliminally, the subconscious picks it up, because that, like I said in my different video, like 1 billion bits, so to speak, and it's like, if I'm just only focused on one thing right now, because that's what you can do consciously, only focus on one thing, like everything that's in my, my visual, so to speak, and not only what I'm focusing on, but also to the left and the right and whatever, as much as my, so to speak, physical eyes can, see. Well, at least that's probably more, but all of that is like being picked up instantly, because, time doesn't exist, so in the subconscious you already have actually seen all of it, even if you're not focused at it. So that's the thing, like with subliminal as well, via whatever, I don't even know how to pronounce the word. Well, even with the hearing part, whatever, it's all the same, okay? So if you are like visually in your phone and you're not aware of what's being said in the advertisements, and it's for some reason about, once again, flu-related symptoms, well, be assured that if you once again don't cancel it out, and you might actually an hour later, even without knowing that you actually heard it, you like your subconscious mind heard it, so to speak, but your conscious mind didn't, because you weren't aware, as awareness itself, because yes, that's your true self forever. The thing is, it maybe, I don't know, for some reason, just because you always, like me, that's the thing, like, even if I for some reason wouldn't be aware, and that I'd hear like an advertisement, and it would be about some flu related symptoms, and then something you can buy to heal yourself from it, whatever, recover from it, whatever, some type of pill, or I don't know, whatever, some type of placebo effect, whatever. Because I already, I've been even saying it in the videos, because I know that I haven't been, at least have had any type of disease, not even broke anything or whatever, also, but not like any infection or anything health related, so to speak, in at least 10 years, at least, okay? So that's a decade. And yes, that's my self-concept, so to speak, my self-convinced. And right now, here in this video, here convincing myself that is true, because, it is, because I claimed it to be true, and now it got reflected back to me, and the feedback loop got created, so to speak. And now it's consistently me saying that, and it gets shown back, and now it's me saying it again. I'm claiming that to be true. Oh, it's actually true, because it's being shown to me, and it gets more and more solidified in this, what you are actually doing with everything in your life. And even the big things, the small things, the things you don't want, the things you do want, it's exactly that. Matter of fact, now that I made that like that, I probably am going to make a whole video just trying to simplify even that, and make that more, whatever, more clear, so to speak, more whatever, add more clarity to it, even if that's possible, whatever. Okay, so by you hearing an advertisement, but visually you're in your phone, and then subliminally you pick it up still, If you don't, for some reason, cancel it out, then for sure you are going to have that symptom. You are going to experience in 3D physical reality via, the senses. Well, you are going to experience that. So you're going to be sick or going to suffer this disease or whatever. My example was it is flu related, so then it's going to be some pain somewhere. I don't know, a feeling of disease. So once again, maybe with coughing or for some reason just you got a virus, whatever, and now you got a stuffy nose and all of that. These things. Oh, and fashion. I put fashion as well. So okay, once again, so food. Pepsi, Cola, whatever, Burger King, fast food chain, so drinks, whatever, it could be any drink, Gatorade, I don't know, alright, even water, Fiji water, I mean, it's all amazing, whatever, and it probably is the most, rich of minerals and the most untouched, pure, natural, clean, source, spring water, whatever, but even even that could it's just that doesn't matter, that's still part of creation is finished. It's already, the thing is even something about water that in itself isn't per se bad. Once again, you decide if water is bad or not. Like maybe you think I hate water. It's such a negative fluid. Like I would like. Oh, but you have to understand, you actually got the choice to declare that right there and then, and go through your life, the rest of your life, saying that and declaring that, and you might actually get more people, inspire them to actually think the same. And, it's obviously, at least that's my opinion, a ridiculous example, but that's the whole thing. It could happen with anything and everything and anyone. So drinks, food, so many things. But then clothes, so fashion. Because a lot of people I right now I'm wearing Ralph Lauren, but the thing is I'm wearing it. Well, first of all, that's a choice. The second of all, because I like the color, I like the design. That's just my choice, But that's not with all of it, And there are enough designers, whatever, which I do love, but they make a whole lot of clothes that I think are ugly, so to speak, and that's relative, it's my subjective opinion, But that's the whole thing with everything. It's all a choice, and for me, in this 3D reality, it doesn't really matter if I choose to not like a certain clothing brand, it doesn't really have any, so to speak, consequences as in for my health or my life, but it's just a simple example of it's all one, the same choices you make in that are the same choices you make in every part of your life, and as easy as you decide that I don't like this and I don't like that and I like this designer brand, or I don't know, or whatever, I like this season and I like whatever, it's just a choice, and you're doing that consistently every moment on a moment to moment basis, so to speak, in a sequel perspective, a linear time perspective, and it never stops, so to speak, You're praying, asking, creating, manifesting. Sorry, but creation is finished, so you're just choosing ceaselessly, consistently, without stopping, non-stop. And there is no stop to it, The only thing you can do is, the things you don't like, for some reason thought about, cancel them out if you're aware enough, which you are, but you have to be aware of being awareness itself. And that's the whole non-duality part of it, which is true. It's all true, but then again, you have the choice as well. God gave you choose to stay. That's all about this whole life of living and learning, so to speak, growing and going through experiences, so you can grow and understand that you actually are God, and God became you, so that you may, as in your choice, become God, which you already are. But that's the paradox. That's beautiful. That's my choice to say, but whatever. This horrendous. Oh, beautiful paradox, whatever. So, I don't even know where I'm at. Anyways, so every mind gets what it agrees with. Well, once again, it is a decision. So you can right now decide in all of life, created existence itself, you can choose, as in the neutrality of it, because all of it is neutral. You can just have whatever, do whatever, be whatever you want, and want to do, be, or have. So, what am I in agreement with concerning myself? Well, I pretty much covered that right now, but well, what do you want to experience? What do you like about life? What have you convinced yourself that you do like, and what you love about life? So how about you start thinking from having these things, doing these things, being these things, and you'll be, do, and have these things. But just if for some reason even if you like 3 days, you're completely in it, so to speak, if for some stupid reason one thing gets your attention and you're out of that, then you're out of it. But the thing is, you can also instantly go back to it, and then it's just a, so to speak, a little mind game which you're actually playing with yourself all day, all night actually, but so to speak, when you're aware, as awareness itself. So, in this dream, solid choice, but it's consistently going on. It's like without stopping. So, I am where I am by means of my own state of consciousness. I am that I am. So this obviously relates to whatever you've convinced yourself to be true of yourself and of your reality. Well, that's true, and that's what you're experiencing right now. And if you don't change it, this is forever what you will be experiencing. But the thing is, well, you are consistently changing and choosing, because in itself everything is already created. So you're not changing, you're choosing. You're always making choices. I already just now gave a whole lot of examples for you when you are making choices between beverages and fast food joints or whatever, restaurants, whatever, and the food itself, a whole menu in front of you, and what are you going to choose? And it's exactly the same with whatever you want to experience in your life, whatever, whatsoever. So all of it, no exceptions. Okay. Well, okay. This is not really for me to simplify, because this already says what it says. But okay, love is the only true emotion. Emotion is energy. Emotion, since it all comes after the observer. So the emotion comes after what you are, as the observer, are aware of, choose to be aware of, and you might feel a feeling, whatever, of naturalness or not with it. And then with that might come a whole lot of different emotions or not. That's all up to you to choose. So God is equals love. All that is unconditional love. Because how couldn't it be? Because unconditional love is unconditional, forever, always, omnipresent, so to speak. All knowing, since it's unconditional, so it understands that it will always love. Doesn't matter whatever in creation, so to speak, happens. Already happened simultaneously, but do you get what I mean? So all that is not of the nature of love is voided and avoided, because, well, why would you want to have to, be identified with any of these things? Why would you choose to identify your awareness as awareness itself with anything that you don't like, you don't desire, or pretty much you even hate? Why would you ever think about it again? Put your awareness once again on it. And even if you've been through it a million times, why would you now still choose to once again go through it? Because you've done it a million times? I think that's enough. But that's solely up for you, solely up to you, for you to decide. I can't do that for you. I'd love to, I swear to God, but I swear to myself, I swear to you. Because yes, even if you're saying I swear to God, you're actually just talking to yourself, as you're always doing. But then you're, even in a conversation, if you say I swear to God, like I just did, because yes, you are God itself, but an individualized aspect of it, so to speak, in a human form. But you are the creator itself, but then in the paradox also here as an individualized aspect of it. So I put these things here, and then I think it's enough, because, well, I don't know, right? It doesn't really matter the time. But okay, so whatever you observe in awareness, you'll observe in physical 3D reality. Or whatever you observe as awareness, since you are pure awareness, so whatever you observe as awareness, you observe in physical 3D reality. So who is programming my mind? Who is programming your mind? Well, you are doing it, you know. You are giving the, so to speak, subconscious mind the orders. And that is being programmed, and your consciousness follows that. But you did it first. Consciousness, subconscious, consciousness. But wait, hey, thing is, there it already is. Consciousness. You are consciousness right now. Pure consciousness. So you choose. You steer the ship. You know, the subconscious mind is like, I think it's Dr. Joseph Murphy who gave that example of the captain, you know. You are the captain, and the ship and everyone on it, and all the, you know, whatever, the ship crew or whatever, they are all part of you, so to speak. They're all, and subject to you as well. Like, you are dictating what is going to happen, you know, as consciousness, as the conscious mind, as the observer. So consciousness, the mind is observed by, you know, the consciousness itself. So you, the silent observer, chooses right now, and so the subconscious mind has to take your orders and do whatever you, well, specifically tell it to. But telling it to is just talking to yourself, mental diet, mental chatter, what you're doing right now, thinking about what I'm saying. Most likely, obviously, but what are you thinking about? And is it what you do or do not desire? Because do realize that all denial is self-denial. Okay, so what is my mind being programmed with? Well, that's the whole example I just gave with the advertisements and whatever. You choose, you know, and even if you somehow, you are a little bit unaware for a few minutes or moments, whatever, hours even. Well, when you get back at it, you know, start reminding you what you do want, and you'll instantly cancel out what you put your awareness on that you don't want, you know. Do you understand that? Because if anything, so to speak, what you create, you convince yourself to be negative, because in itself everything is neutral. It's something you put your awareness on negative things, but you don't, you know, remember. Well, you'll soon start remembering because it's showing to you. You'll start, you know, reality has to reflect back to you what you are being, what you are aware of as awareness itself. Putting your awareness on, thinking of, feelingly, which you also decide. So you'll start seeing it, and then you can change it again, you know. But the thing is, how the more you are aware as awareness itself, the more you don't have to really change, so to speak. You're not changing, you're choosing. Well, anything. And you don't have to consistently, you know, be aware that you, well, like, did I go back in the unconscious program of being a victim to my life, like Dr. Joe Spencer said? Because you've been aware all the time, pretty much every moment, so to speak, in a linear time perspective, like every second or whatever. Let's say you have 40 thoughts in a second, and you just keep thinking about things. Well, as soon as you understand that it's uncomfortable, or you're focusing on things that's like, I don't want this, you'll soon, I don't know how fast, in a few seconds or moments, whatever, understand like this is not a nice thought, or you describe the meaning, but you get what I mean. Like, you understand when you're happy, or you're feeling good, or whatever, okay? Because you decide that. And when you're focused on things you don't like, then you start, well, most likely experiencing like feelings, like emotions. And since they were not good, or in your perspective negative, well, then you understand that, well, you might even get, you know, uneasiness, bodily type of sensations which don't feel nice, all because you're focused on, well, negativity, what you perceive as negative, things that are bad, you know. The whole point is, like, you're giving it life right there and then, and that's consistently being in your body, but in your reality, in your vision, in whatever, through the five senses, consistently being reflected back to you. So yes, advertisements, music, TV shows, movies, and people on the street, things you hear, whatever. But just understand that you can right now switch all these things, or switch just the perspective of it, and then, well, you're focused on something else, and if you could keep on focusing on, well, the lovely and good report, then you'll be good, you know. But you have to decide for yourself what that is. You know, I can't do that for you. So I think this pretty much covers it. At least what I wanted to say. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, okay. I'm going to go over this as well. I already did, but the Father, you confirm you in the identity of whoever you say you are. So the Father confirms you in the identity of whoever you say you are right now. So all that is, you know, can only confirm what you are claiming to be true of yourself right now, because that's how it works. So it's instantly right now, and yeah, when you switch your awareness and like you're like, this doesn't work, or I don't believe this, or this can't happen to me, I cannot have this, I'm just not that person, or that this is just not ever going to happen for me, just it's not like, you're right there and then switching your awareness as awareness itself to, well, you're that, you know, you're now that person that can't have it, do it, be it, you know, and then that is actually true. And if you keep on focusing on that, then, well, then once again, because most likely it stems from you already have been identified with, well, thinking that's your truth, so to speak, your reality, because, well, it is if you think it. You know, you put your awareness on something and it gets reflected back, and there's the feedback loop. You keep feeding it and it keeps feeding you, and, well, it's like a forever ongoing loop. But it's with everything. So yes, if you do actually right now are bold enough and courageous enough to just flip it all over, so to speak. And yes, the whole situation itself actually happened, but that doesn't matter. Everything happened. Time doesn't exist. Everything, space also. Well, space also doesn't actually exist. It's all an illusion, you know. It's all the dream. We're dreaming the dream as the dreamer itself, you know. That's the whole thing of it. So yes, if you're courageous enough to right now change it to whatever you do want, and you think from that and feel from that and create your own, because you choose, you create your own, you know, naturalness feeling, knowing that you are all that is. You are God and all its creations, obviously. You can just by, you know, putting your awareness on it right now, tune into it, and you'll come across it in the physical, you know, as soon as you want, so to speak. But just not now instantly, at least not with the most solid, like, physical things, because like the polar bear, you would be being eaten right now. Yes, you thought about it, you put your awareness on it, here it is. I mean, it looks nice, but for 2 seconds and it would be there you go. I mean, come on, man. You wouldn't want that. I mean, that's okay, that's me saying that. I don't know, maybe you want that. That's up to you. So remember, the Father is a word, a human made up word or concept. Replace the word Father. So the Father confirms you in the identity of whoever you say you are. Replace the word Father with whatever you desire. God, energy, source, all that is, even universe. The only real important thing, the real takeaway, so to know and understand and take away from that statement, is that the Father represents you, or your true self. The Father, God, energy, source, all it is, the universe, represents your I am awareness, right here and right now, in this eternal present moment. Alright, well, that was it. I hope you found it helpful and informative. And if you need, well, yeah, you got any type of teacher or teaching you want me to touch on, or a lecture or whatever, something you don't quite get, or because you're maybe taking it too literal, or maybe it's actually meant in a literal way to, you know, whatever, and you're taking it too metaphysical, so to speak, because it's always a paradox, okay? So that's what scripture is all about, you know, the Bible and all these esoteric texts, so to speak, or esoteric, whatever, if you want to call it that. But yeah, this pretty much covered what I wanted to cover, you know, and well, once again, I appreciate you. If I already said that, you know, leave a comment if you want to, you know, want me to touch on anything, and well, I appreciate you, and let us go into the silence.